The next slide on here talks about the timeline of the program. Right now, we're sitting here at the end of August. I can tell you hard numbers, about half the kids that we have roster spots for have committed so far. So that leaves a whole nother half that we're either waiting to invite or waiting for the response. Okay, so we have one tryout left, this coming Sunday, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. So that's where we are numbers-wise. We're hoping to get everything, rosters, who's all playing, done by September 1st. That would be the goal. If we can't do that, we're going to continue pushing, continue moving forward. We do have a fall program, and that is on the website. It says 2012 Fall Ball. The fall program, we're really focusing heavy on the juniors and under. We only have about 10 or 12 true seniors right now that are 18 years old, and there hasn't been a high demand. I think a lot of them are doing some other showcase type events, and their fall schedule is pretty booked. So the schedule that we're playing is geared more towards that junior class and below. We have a number of games scheduled, a number of tournaments scheduled for that. So if it is something that interests you, we'd really like to know as soon as possible, because we're planning on practicing as soon as next week. So right now there's a couple dozen or so committed, and we're guaranteeing 18 to 22 games for your son. So more players means we have to schedule more games, and we're going to divide up the roster and the schedule and who's going where, based on that. So we're looking to have those numbers in the next couple days. If you think you're going to play, please at least do us the justice of going online and registering. And if you decide, it's not going to happen, I'd rather have it that way, than just waiting, and then we don't have a spot for you. So the sooner we can know, the better. So we get through the fall. At the end of the fall, on September 22nd, this is a big date for many of you, if you want to write it down. We have Skill Show coming out. And what Skill Show is they're the outfit that does all the filming for Perfect Game. And the significance of that is those two partnered up and created this thing called Web Ball TV. I believe that's the name, something like that. And that web TV is used, when you watch the MLB draft, all those high school kids that you see coming out, those are the videos that you're looking at, filmed by this particular group. So for years I went ahead and did it myself. I'm filming guys, I'm trying to edit the video, I'm up till 3, 4 in the morning, and it was silly. So we're bringing in guys from the outside to do it professionally, and if we're going to do it, we're going to do it with the best, and they're coming out just for us. So they're an East Coast group flying in just for the Indians. Pretty neat thing. And I did send out a web link to that, but I'll send out another one as a reminder. A couple weeks after that, another neat thing is we got invited to that Perfect Game World Wood Bat Underclass World Championship, I think they call it. And that's significant because for years I've been trying to get into one of those tournaments. Probably the heaviest recruited event in the nation is the Jupiter Fall event, which is also run by Perfect Game. And for this year, that would be for the class of 2013 and some 2014s. But this event is kind of a segue to that. This is a 2014 and under event, and if we show well there, we'll get the opportunity to play in that big dog, next fall. So that's why it's a really significant thing to kind of be in that direction. And we've invited a number of players. We asked for interest, and I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. And that's October 4th through the 8th. Moving on from there, we finish out the fall. We go into November. That's when our season, or our off-season training begins. So 5 nights a week from November all the way up into, I believe, February 17th is the date. And the reason it's the 17th is because last year, and I will spell out the rule here, last year the IHSA changed the rule. It used to be where you had to stop practice with the club team 3 days prior to your high school team starting, and this year they moved it to a full week. Okay, so I know there's some gray area there, and people push the envelope and want to tell you what the rule is. That's the rule. Okay, I'm a high school coach and I do this. I better know. Okay, so high school baseball officially starts Monday, February 25th this year. That's when your first day of tryouts should be, if you're following the protocol. So we're done then on Sunday the 17th. Once high school season starts, we don't do a thing as far as the team setting is concerned. If you want to get together with your coach and schedule something one-on-one, there's nothing that says you can't do that, okay, but we can't hold any team function or any team practices, any team workouts, anything along those lines. So for the 15U team and maybe the 16U team, we'll resume about the middle of May. Most freshman teams are done about May 15th to 20th. The varsity teams, a lot of the sophomores will be called up to varsity for the playoffs, and the regionals are the week leading up to Memorial Day. So as soon as your high school season's done, we'll schedule a team practice or a team meeting and kind of get back into Indians mode. Okay, but we really, by and large during the high school season kind of shut it down. And then the tournament schedule starts. So for the 15U, you play an additional weekend, you play an additional tournament. You'll start May 25th, that Memorial Day weekend, and everybody else will start the week after that. So it'll be somewhere, depending on the length of the tournaments, you play somewhere between 7 and 9 tournaments. Some teams will play in some of those week-long events. That'll back it down one. Others play just every weekend. That'll put it about 8, and the freshmen should play in those 9 tournaments.